Hello, my dear parishioners. I'm Sakri, and this is my den. Welcome to one of those ramble videos while a sped up recording of me drawing something completely unrelated placed in the background. By the way, these are upcoming heart badges of the characters from the Great Ace Attorney. Just a heads up though, sorry if I sound weird. I don't speak English in real life, so reading the script was an obstacle for me. I'll try to keep this all in baby terms because honestly, it's boring to talk about, yet at the same time, it just seems to be so infuriating. All articles I mentioned will be linked in the description. Anyway, let's get into it. So you're probably like me 2 days ago going, what the hell is CryptoArt? And you start looking it up, but you can't seem to wrap your head around it. Before we understand what CryptoArt is, first we need to know what cryptocurrency in a blockchain is. So crypto mining is a term given to how new blocks of transactions are updated in a ledger, known as a blockchain. To update the blockchain, think of it as a puzzle. The Bitcoin miner will need an answer, known as a proof of work or proof. Proofs are very hard to produce, but easy to verify. Of course, this consumes electricity. A lot of it. Cryptocurrency is the result of crypto mining. It's basically digital money. Let's take Bitcoin for example. It takes 10 minutes to mine 1 Bitcoin. On the other hand, it takes 12 seconds to mine 1 Ether, which is the currency for the blockchain Ethereum. As of right now, according to Google, 1 Ether is equivalent to $1,842.25 US. According to Wikipedia, yeah, I know we're going there. CryptoArt could describe 2 kinds of art. First is the crypto-themed art, like Bitcoin fan art. Yeah, that's not what we're talking about. It's the second kind. Basically, any kind of digital art, but its metadata is minted in a blockchain as a non-fungible token, or an NFT. What? Okay, so a metadata is the information for a document, like an image or a video, such as the person who made it, when it was made, how many bytes it has, etc. This is what you put in an NFT. So think of an NFT as like an ultra rare Pokemon card. Let's make it even rarer so that there's only one in existence. An ultra rare Pokemon card signed by the creator of Pokemon. Yeah, so an NFT is basically the code equivalent of that. Get it? No? Okay, here's an analogy for NFT, crypto, whatever art. So imagine you own the Mona Lisa. The original. The one from the Louvre. The copies aren't valuable, but the original is. Now imagine the original Mona Lisa you own as a piece of code. Then you auction it online for a ton of money. One person buys it, and now they can brag to other people about how they own the code for the Mona Lisa. Or should I say, the Da Vinci Code. It's bad for the environment. Well, as it turns out, storing your crypto art in a blockchain produces a lot of carbon footprint. Crypto stuff relies heavily on fossil fuels. This goes for all types of NFTs. At first, Pip can put it easily. Basically, crypto stuff used the proof of work protocol I mentioned earlier. Back then, mining was a process that you can do in the background of your computer. But over time, as more computers start to mine, the difficulty of mining blocks increases as well. That's because the relative rate of new coins stays stable. To solve the problem of more computers mining, they produce harder puzzles. So miners get better computers with better GPUs, which, by the way, you can think Bitcoin miners were worsening GPU shortages. Then miners move to somewhere with cheap electricity, and then the puzzles get harder, and then the miners get warehouses for all of this. Then the puzzles just keep getting harder and harder, to the point that after 10 plus years, this whole mining shtick consumes more energy than the entirety of Argentina. And then the government doesn't even look into it. Good lord, this is some Captain Planet villain stuff. Let's look at this screenshot from Artist Memo Out 10's article. One artist's multi-edition NFTs uses as much as 263,538 kilowatts per hour, or the equivalent of an EU resident's electricity consumption for 77 years, flying for 1,500 hours, driving on petrol for 838,000 kilometers. You get the point. This is just one artist in under half a year. Well, you being on your phone or computer consumes a lot of energy too. Yeah, but it's not at all comparable to a single artist's set of artworks consuming so much energy in less than a year. Okay, let's take a look at the site CryptoArt.wtf. CryptoArt.wtf is a website created by Memo Acton that takes a random NFT from SuperRare, a website that creates crypto art, and estimates its carbon footprint. So some of the data in this video is anonymized. You can, however, feel free to check the site out for yourself. Some crypto art artists are aware about the ecological effects. Take artist Joanny Lemercier. He had an idea that it's going to consume a lot of energy, so he limited his release to 6 pieces, 53 editions in total. It was all sold out in 10 seconds. But he wanted to know how much energy it actually consumed. The information wasn't available, so he reached out to a carbon offset company called Offsetra that was familiar with blockchain technologies. After going about it back and forth for a while, this was the result. 8,754 kilowatts per hour consumed in 10 seconds. According to him, that's more than the electricity in a studio consumed in 2 years. It doesn't end there. The longer an artwork is kept in a blockchain, the more energy it consumes. Checking it out as of now on CryptoArt.wtf, it's now at 10,146 kilowatts per hour. He can't do anything about it now because they're not in his hands anymore. And once it's there forever. I didn't really intend to start this channel as one of those art commentary YouTube things, but you know, change of plans. This is technically concerning art too, so it counts. I'm hoping more people talk about how bad this is from an ecological standpoint, and also how bad it is for artists.
Artists pay to list pieces, buyers pay to place or cancel bids, artists pay to accept bids. This is all paid in speculative funny money that you need to buy in advance. Sure seems like a system where people with money or audience can benefit from this at the expense of others.
The more people buy others, the higher value it is. The more expensive it'll be to mint artwork or even just accept bids in it. In what world will you be willing to pay to sell something you're not even guaranteed to sell? It only benefits the ones at the top. Wait. That sounds familiar. You know what this sounds like?
OMG. Let's empower our artists by speedrunning the destruction of our planet through a system that vaguely resembles a multi-level marketing scheme. Girl boss.
How do you guarantee that the person who minted the artwork onto a blockchain is also the artist who made it? As if it can't be abused? Okay, there are funny guys who tag an account called tokenized tweets as replies to random tweets, so a bot can mint said tweets on a blockchain. Artist RJ Palmer, known freelance concept artist. You might know his work from the realistic Pokemon designs from Detective Pikachu. He had one of these clowns tagging that account on his tweets, essentially turning his fan art as an NFT. So it's all thanks to that billionaire Mark Cuban, who legitimized this easy way to steal art. It's kind of like Redbubble plagiarizers, except it takes even less effort. It's not like plagiarizers on Redbubble take any effort to start with. No wonder artists put big watermarks in their art now. I highly ask everyone to block tokenized tweets so it'll be harder for these clowns to tokenize your tweets. Cause wow, funny. This really helps your cause and doesn't make you look bad at all. I'm gonna go back to living like it's the 15th century. This is actually all just a new age version of one of those buy a star scam websites, but modern and more harmful for the environment. Just a lot of better ways to empower artists than get rich quick schemes that ask them to pay to sell a digital item that's not even guaranteed to sell. Ways that, I don't know, don't also cost the planet? Geez, whatever happened to commissions? Patreon? Gumroad? What do you even get from buying an NFT aside from bragging rights? Okay, I'm not gonna waste my time arguing about this. Going on Twitter, notice how most artists agree that it's bad. Like 10 tech bro circle jerk from losers named Ethereum Wiz or Crypto Bro 123 or whatever, saying we'll regret our opinion. You guys aren't that much different from multi-level marketing girl bosses. Anyway, I hope you have a bit more understanding on what crypto art or NFT is now. If you want to read more into it, I've linked a bunch of resources below. How do VTubers end these things? Patreon credit roll. Okay. If you'd like an uninterrupted 45-ish minute time-lapse of the video's footage, I'll link the Patreon down below. As of posting this right now, it's behind a paywall, but after March ends, I'll set it to public. This goes for all the footage for all my future videos. You can pledge to my Patreon for early sneak peeks of my later uploads, time-lapse videos I won't post publicly, and your name in the credits, as well as other art. If you can't, that's okay. But please be 18 and up to pledge. And thanks so much for your support. I'm gonna go churn butter now.